Well, we've all been very patient, I think, with this government. We've given them plenty of room. They told us back in March that we only needed to hang on for a few weeks while they sorted out the national health. But this has gone on and on and on. We're now in lockdown again. We've all been forced to wear masks for the last few months, which clearly hasn't worked. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in lockdown again. And all this for a virus. We've closed the economy, driven a coach and horses through our constitution and the principles of English law. All these things we've done for a virus which kills only a few hundred people if you're fit and healthy. Do you know anybody who hitherto was fit and healthy who has died of coronavirus? Because if you do, it's something like 250,000 to one shot. It's totally and utterly unlikely. So we are not dealing with a serious virus. So we have to look to something else, don't we? The mainstream media, all the interviewers, and we see all the people supposedly cross-examining the government seem to be coming from the wrong direction. It is clear now to most of us this has got nothing to do with public health. Because if it did, we know that 160,000 people a year die of cancer. They die of cancer. So if it was about the public health, we'd be diverting billions of pounds, which is at the moment going to track and trace and all this sort of silly nonsense, into treating and trying to get to the bottom of the cancer problem, the great global cancer problem. But we're not doing that. We're now hearing more and more about this freedom pass. Well, this is a driving licence. We all expect, don't we, if we're going to drive a car, to have a licence. It's not unreasonable. We all have loads and loads of credit cards and membership cards and all that kind of thing. We expect to do that in the modern world. It's part of the modern world. But when it comes to a freedom pass, that, ladies and gentlemen, that was a freedom pass. The British passport. That meant you were a free-born Englishman or Brit, and you could do and go and what you like under a free society. That's been changed, that's been thrown out. We're now locked in our homes. Our pubs have been closed. And to what end is all this? Well, I think we have to admit now that it's something to do with this reset and this globalisation reset. If they really believe we're in danger from this virus, why have they closed all the Florence Nightingale hospitals? They've gone. They were built in no time at all, thousands and thousands of beds, never used, and then they've been closed down. So this has got nothing to do with the virus, nothing to do with national health, but it's got everything to do with curtailing our freedoms. And I think it's something to do with this global reset and political control. And they're trying now to label dissenters, anybody who says, just a minute, what's going on, this isn't right, this is crazy. And I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I thought perhaps they'd got the Marx Brothers or the Monty Python team writers to write the rules and regulations. Goodness only knows what the next 52 pages are going to be from Boris, what lunacy is going to come out from Boris to take us through to the spring. But we do know one thing. We know one thing, don't we? It won't hurt the banks, people who are working in the public sector, and big business. This is all about crucifying the little guy, the small business, the self-employed, who aren't going to recover from this. Closing your pubs. Why are they closing the pubs? Why are they so keen on killing the pubs? They have been for decades. It's not just coronavirus. Is that because we all get together and talk and share ideas and information in the pub? They hate pubs. Politicians hate pubs, don't they? They hate freedom of information, hate us getting together. So this is all about some form of global reset. And I'd like to see, of course, mainstream media are part of it in the main, but I would like to see the Peter Hitchens and the Julie Hartley Brewers, who favour themselves of actually being serious interviewers, serious political interviewers, say clearly this now has got nothing whatsoever to do with public health, but everything about political control. And don't ask for a cost-benefit analysis for closing down the economy. That's a bit like coming back to your house actually on fire, burning to the ground, and asking for a fire safety assessment test. We know what it's doing to the economy. We know that. We don't want an assessment test. What we want to do is get back to work, get back to normal. and let people who are vulnerable be protected voluntarily. I've said it again, I don't mind saying it, I'll go on saying it. We must protect the vulnerable, but everybody else has got to get back. There will be no country left if this continues for much longer. As most of you know, my work is very heavily independently research based. And I get my information from all over the world. It would help if you press the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, because the more subscribers I have, the more likely it is that international independent research institutes will share their material with me. It's most helpful, and then of course I automatically share it with you. So surprise, won't cost you anything. Thank you very much.